Just like that. Pick it back. Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up. That's not what I needed. I needed some energy. That's terrible. It's gonna put me to sleep. All right, just for that 5 seconds. Yeah, I needed some energy for that 5 seconds. All right, ladies and gentlemen. That was terrible. Ladies and gentlemen, what the last video was supposed to be was a reaction video. Kind of getting ready for 2K27. Kinda, I guess. The news comes out on the 23rd. Today's the 17th, so we got 6 days for the first bit of news to come out. I heard it was supposed to be coming out a month early, and I guess it's somewhat accurate. Not really. But I heard it was supposed to be coming out early because they're trying to compete with GTA 6. Bro, this game might not get touched when that. Listen, okay? There's a series. Okay, it's in the end card. I gotta write all this stuff down because I'm not gonna remember. It's a series in the end card for the stuff that I was working on with the GTA. Let's get to the reaction. This is why I can't stream. This is why I need to record offline because I tend to stay on topic offline, or at least it's a little bit better. You know what? There we go. That helps. That was terrible. Let's try that again. You ready? There we go. Now we're professional. Okay. I picked out this video. I know we talked a little bit. We talked about it in the last one. I picked this one out because I am kind of on my last leg when it comes to 2K, where I literally today I played a MyCareer game. I didn't finish it because some stuff was going on, but I literally am just playing MyCareer. This guy in my crew asked me, and he passed me at this point. In terms of crew XP. For number 1, I'm number 2 now. So he asked me, what game modes do you play? I'm like, my NBA, MyCareer. Unless one of my boys hits me up, and then I hop on rec. I don't really play that much. That was my response, and that's the truth. Because at this point, Max says hello. At this point, I'm on my last leg with the game.
MyCareer?
So MyCareer is kind of the last stop for me. If I even, well, I'm not gonna be sitting here and be like, I'm not getting this game. You know, it's not necessarily peer pressure. Again, it's the only game out. Like if my boys was like, yo, get the new COD, I'd probably tell them no, to be honest. But 2K, it's basketball. That's why I said it's not peer pressure, because like I'm gonna get something out of this, even if y'all disappear, kind of thing. You know what I mean? So we're gonna react to this right here. I want to see what he has to say. This is the video is by Og Sauce. What the crap did I just do? All right. This is Og Sauce. I've watched a couple of his videos. I know I mentioned in the last one, but we gotta transition this. So I'm gonna see what he talking about. Like I said, I like it. So let's see what he's talking about.
MyCareer is one of the
Oh my
biggest
God.
modes in 2K, and if we're being honest, there's really no question. Things
was
haven't been the
2K14.
same for a while now. Between the high VC prices, being forced into the shoes of MP, or the fact that you can't even play MyCareer once the servers go down, the mode just doesn't feel
That part. This is why I started getting into my NBA. Because that they cannot turn off. They can, but they don't, because it's not online. It has nothing to do with the servers. You can't get updated rosters, but I don't care.
the same as it once did. But one thing's for sure, MyCareer
Yo, that's 360 though.
used to have most of us hooked. So today, we're looking back at 10 things we miss in MyCareer.
That's 360, bro.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy, MP.
I don't care.
Number 10.
And number 10, we have the draft. And this is one of those things that
Hey, yo,
sounds
that's 2K14. That's 2K14. You know how many times I watched this trying to get drafted number 1, trying to get drafted to the Hawks? It was specific teams I was trying to get to. You know how many times I watched this and like close app the game to reload the trying to get on a specific team. I was trying to get on number 8, right? 8 is no, number 7. It was the Kings. I was trying to get on the Hawks at one point. I think I was trying to get on the Mavericks too at one point as well. I don't know.
small, but it honestly used to make my career feel way more
2K14.
exciting.
This was the first year my park, bro. They had nothing but pure green windows. It wasn't even pure green windows. You just shot. You want to go 10 for 10 from 3? Do it. In the park online. What are we talking about?
Whether you went through college, the draft combine, or even the rookie
Draft
showcase,
combine.
you were constantly trying to
Jeez.
raise your draft stock, but you never actually knew where
That's
you'd
GTA. Stop playing. I know this.
end up. You weren't just playing those games to get them over with. You
summer
were trying to
combine?
go number 1. Because
Nah,
depending
bro.
on the game, that honestly wasn't always easy.
Nah.
And most years even gave you extra VC or skill points for going
Sheesh.
higher in the draft. But in today's games, it's completely different. Because the game literally scripts where you go no matter how good or bad you play. In 2K26, you could drop 100 points in every game that leads up to the draft and
Correct.
look like the greatest prospect of all time. But you're still gonna end up going in the second round because that's how the story goes this year. And that
Facts.
honestly makes the draft feel pointless. Because
I'm trying to think. He said something, and it was. He said it around. Hold
isn't
on.
always easy. And most years,
That's what it was. Yo, I enjoyed those summer games. I enjoyed that rookie combine and like having to earn my. One of my boys was telling me I didn't even know it was possible. During one of the storylines, my boy told me he got sent to the D League in the MyCareer because he didn't do good in the summer. He got sent to the D League. It never happened to me, but like the fact that it could, like, bring that back.
it gave you extra
I don't think I ever went number 1 overall in 2K17. I think I tried. The most I got was number 2 overall.
VC or skill points for going higher in the draft. But in today's games, it's completely different because the game literally scripts where you go no matter how good or bad you play. In 2K26, you could drop 100 points in every game that leads up to the draft
That's
and
facts.
look like the greatest prospect of all time. But you're still gonna end
I
up
didn't
going in
miss
the
a
second
shot
round
till, like,
because
my,
that's how the
like,
story goes.
5th
this year.
game
And
or
that
6th
honestly
game.
makes the draft feel pointless because what's the point of having a draft if the story determines where you go anyway?
Number 9.
Yep.
At number 9, we have different voices. My career has been filled with cutscenes
Yeah,
for years
yeah,
now,
yeah.
and being forced
I
into
like
a lazy
frequency
nickname
vibration.
like MP is already annoying enough, but what makes it even worse is being forced into the same exact voice as well. You can make a 300-pound, 7-foot center who looks like he just came out of prison, but when you hear him talking to cutscene, he sounds like a freshman in high school who hasn't even hit puberty yet.
There's only one more club season before I graduate.
And when everybody has the same exact nickname, same voice, and same cutscenes, it starts to feel like we're all just playing as the same dude in a different body. And
Facts.
the craziest thing is, in 2K15, they actually gave you multiple voice options. And I'm not acting like it's some insane feature, but just a little bit of variety would definitely be nice. And
Yeah.
worst comes to worst, just bring back the OG voice guy. Because
Right.
honestly, I don't remember anybody really having a problem with him.
I'm happy to see a change take place.
Number 8.
At number 8, we have college. And college is one of those things my career has already had before. But
Yeah.
honestly, it never really reached its full potential.
Yeah, I was
Most
gonna
years,
say,
it was
like-
cool to commit to a college, play a few games, and feel like your player actually had a path before the
2K17.
league. But if we had this today, it honestly has so much more potential. Because 2K has already talked about building a college basketball game, so if it's already something they're working on anyway, then imagine the possibilities for my career. Not just 2 games, not just a couple cutscenes, but an actual tournament
Ooh.
possibilities for the draft. I'm talking
17.
not
the
just 2
prelude. The prelude. 17. Yeah.
games, not just a couple cutscenes, but an actual tournament run before the draft. I'm talking something like March Madness, and even if they can't call it that, they can still give us the survive and advance type format. But you pick your school,
Yeah.
get thrown into a bracket, and now
I was Michigan, what was it? Trojans? Spartans. Trojans? Trojans.
every game actually matters. If you go crazy, you move on in the tournament and your draft stock rises. If you sell, you're eliminated and your draft stock drops. So the college run could either end after one game or it could last multiple games depending on how you play. And if you take some low rate at school and somehow carry them to a national championship, that should completely change how your career plays out. It's just another way to make MyCareer feel exciting before you even get drafted. Maybe I'm crazy for this one and it'll probably never happen, but it would still be cool if it did.
Number 7.
At number 7, we have Rivals. And I know this might sound weird because
Jackson, I mean, this again was 2K14.
most MyCareer rivals are annoying as hell, whether it was Jackson Ellis, Marcus Young, or even Shep Owens. But that was also kind of the point. They were annoying enough to actually make you remember them. And Jackson Ellis especially was one of those dudes that every time he popped up,
I got something to say.
he was probably talking trash, so you couldn't wait to play him and shut him up. And that's something that lately MyCareer has been missing. Like, it's one thing to have somebody talk trash, but when they follow you to the league and you actually have a reason to care.
That was 2K20. Shep, this was 22 because this was the whole social media style MyCareer that they did, where you like did a dance with an influencer. Like, I don't know what her name was. Cupid. What was is it Cupid Shuffle? No. What was it called? I don't remember. But that, yeah, it's like they.
It's one thing to have somebody talk trash, but when they follow you to the league and you actually have a reason to care every time you play them, that's what makes the mode feel alive. And 2K even used to give you things like X care every time you play them. That's what makes the mode feel alive. And 2K even used to give you things like extra VC for stuff like getting drafted ahead of them, and even let you play Jackson Ellis in the offseason for his paycheck. That kind of stuff was small, but it gave MyCareer personality. And in 2K26, we kind of see the problem. You have Tyson McCall, who's supposed to be your rival.
You don't belong here, MP.
And then basically disappears after you beat him in high school. So the idea is still there. 2K just keeps treating Rivals like a short-term story instead of something that stays interesting throughout your whole career.
Number 6.
At number 6, we have free agency. And
that's 2K16. I remember this because I wanted to play for the Warriors because I wanted to play with Steph and Clay.
This is another thing that never really should have been.
Yeah, see? Yeah, Warriors. Yep.
Removed, because in today's MyCareer, when you become a free agent, you basically get a screen showing every team interested in you and how much VC they're offering, and then you just choose where you want to go, and that's pretty much it. But in some of the older games like 2K16, free agency actually had a little more to it. You could narrow it down to your top 3 teams, and then from there you could actually negotiate. You could ask for more VC, more minutes, or you could try and get both and see which team would actually go for it. But if you got too greedy, teams could just back out completely. And even though it was simple, it made the offseason feel way more interesting, because it wasn't just picking a team and moving on. You were actually trying to work out the best deal for your player, which, as we know, happens all the time in real life. And for a mode where most of us are putting up MVP numbers every season, not being able to negotiate your own contract just doesn't really make sense.
Number 5.
I wish you
At
got
number
paid
5,
more
we have
money.
the G League, or back when.
Honestly, that I don't get it, but I wish you got paid more money. Like, I wish you had a higher salary. Like, I wish the money actually meant something. And what I mean by that is 1,000 a game is not. I mean, so let's say in a 2-week, let's 1,000 a game, right? So let's say $1 million divided by 52 weeks in a year would mean you get 19,000 per week. Okay? Now, in a week, okay, let's just say you got to, you know what? Let's cuz you don't really you start off with crappy stuff like this. 600K divided by 52 11. Okay. So, this would be $11,000 a week. Right? A week. You get paid per game. So if you are getting paid 1,000 if you win, sometimes 1,100 per game, and there's only what, 3, maybe 4 games in a week? So you're getting paid 4,000 instead of the 11,000 that you could have made that week. That's a significant difference because it is almost 3 times the amount that you would have made. And again, we're talking about just the 600,000 that, that's the kind of contracts they would sign on your My Player, if not less. But in these day and ages, you get more than this. But I'm just saying 11,000 per week, meaning 11,000 four games. So let's do it like this. 11,000 divided by 4, that's times, idiot. 11,000 divided by 4. Who wouldn't want to play MyCareer? With how expensive these hoodies and shirts and all of this extra stuff, bro. I literally, I don't know if it's a cheat code. I don't know. The last 4 2Ks, I have the most hours played in these games. So, not because I played them, but because every year I start up a My NBA where I control every team. I turn the fouls off and I let the game play for an hour. I put it on 12-minute quarters and let the game play for an hour. I get 1,100 at the end of every game that's played. There were about 4 games that completed today. Earlier today. It's constantly going so that I get the money. I use that towards my builds, but when I told y'all I don't know if I said it in this video or the last video, but I made the offline My Player. Because I wanted that offline My Player to be genuine and realistic, I bought clothes with that money. But if it was the online portion, I'm buying Gatorades with that. Because you don't make enough money in these games. And they do it that way on purpose to get you to play more. I'm not with it. So if you made that amount of money, if you made 2,700 per game, and if you did lose, you make 21, 22. That's double what we making now.
It was actually in the game, the D-League. And the reason this one mattered is because MyCareer didn't always act like you were guaranteed to make it no matter what. In some of the older games, if you were trash, the game didn't just hold your hand and pretend everything was fine. They had the 2K insider roasting you, and you could get sent down to the D-League until you actually got better. Happened. But that's honestly what made the mode more interesting. Because if you finally made the roster or finally worked your way back, it felt like it happened because of how you played. But now you can get an F teammate grade every single game, play terrible, and the story will still push you forward like nothing happened. So at that point, why even care how you play? And that's a big reason why MyCareer today could get kind of boring.
I hate those. Like anybody else, I hate these interviews because this was a feature that wasn't even there on launch. They did a patch to add it in, and now it happens at the end of every game. I don't care. And y'all asking generic questions, and like these little interviews take away from like that. Like I don't know what's going on with like this. You're supposed to get better with presentation. This takes away that like ending video cutscene kind of thing where they replay things that happened during the game and stuff like that. Completely gets rid of it, and now you only see your My Player stats instead of like you actually seeing what happened in the game that you played in. It's like this takes me out of it, bro. Like
because if you're gonna make it through no matter what,
I never
why even care about the cutscenes or how you play? And back then, even getting sent down could make you want to keep playing because you wanted to get better and actually make it back. You weren't just grinding for badges online. You were playing MyCareer because the career itself could change based on how you play.
Hold on. I'm trying to think. Which
want to keep playing because you wanted to get better.
I'm looking
and
at this badge.
You weren't just
I'm trying to figure out what year. Oh, what is that? 23
for bad.
Season 1. That looks like the D book. That's probably 23. It's probably 23.
Badges online. You were playing MyCareer because the career itself could change based on how you play.
Number 4.
At number 4, we have MyCareer Offline, and this one is pretty simple. Usually, when you go back to an older sports game, the career mode is one of the only major modes that still works. But with modern 2K, any game after 2K17, the story isn't even available, and anything after 2K19, you can't even enter MyCareer at all. So when the servers shut down, it's not just Park, Rec, or the city disappearing, it's MyCareer too, and that's the part that that sucks, because sometimes you just want to go back to an old 2K, load up the MyCareer.
I still have 2K16 installed on
Maybe
my
play a
thing.
few games, or just remember what those years were like. But for a lot of these games, that career is just gone. And all the money people spend on VC for these builds, that goes with it. And I understand online is a huge part of gaming now, especially in
Ew.
2K, but MyCareer was a mode built on offline play. So for some people, forcing the entire thing online makes them not even want to play.
Number 3.
And number 3, we have a real challenge. And this is why so many older MyCareers are still loved. You couldn't just start the mode, buy VC, and instantly become an 85 overall.
Y'all go ahead with that, man.
And in some years, you could start as low as a 30 to 40, trying to survive on higher difficulties with a player who wasn't even good yet. So when you started actually hooping, it felt like you had some skill. And when you're
That's what I was telling y'all about my NBA. I do the exact same thing.
your overall finally went up, it actually felt earned. But this is also what made guys like Chris Smoove so fun to watch. Not only was he one of the first guys to really make MyCareer videos, but he was actually really good at the mode. So even if you were trash, you could throw on guys like him and just watch them cook. And even today, those guys are still entertaining to watch, but the actual problem is the mode itself. Not only does the game hold your hand, but a lot of the time, it's just too easy. And I'm not saying make the game impossible, and I'm definitely not saying that I want to be a 40 overall again. If people want to put the game on lower difficulties and go crazy every game, I'm not saying take that out either. But on higher difficulties, the game should actually be somewhat challenging. I shouldn't be playing on Hall of Fame averaging 60 a game just because I can shoot over the CPU and it can't contest my shot, so the game says I'm open. And that's part of the reason why MyCareer feels like it's just another way to get badges in VC, not something that you actually play for enjoyment.
Number 2.
And number 2, we have custom rosters. There was a time where before you started your MyCareer, you could load into whatever roster you wanted. So if you wanted Michael Jordan in the league, or just wanted to play against other legends, you could put them on a roster, start your career, and you're good to go. And that alone made the mode more fun because every career could have a completely different roster and experience. And I know some people were making rosters where everyone was 5'4" and a 25 overall, which obviously was pretty broken. So I'm not really saying that 2K needs to bring back custom rosters, but if I could play MyCareer in the Jordan or LeBron era, I would play the mode a lot.
D-Wade, my boy. My boy. Ah, yeah. So, funny enough, remember my NBA? They have eras. My NBA thing is in the LeBron era.
More. And
Most times. Because I want to play on the Heat and play with my boy D-Wade.
eras is already in the game with my NBA, it's just not implemented in MyCareer, so this doesn't really seem too far-fetched. But if 2K did add something like that, grinding a build would be way more enjoyable, because instead of starting every single build in the same modern NBA, you'd actually have a reason to run it back.
Number 1.
And number 1, we have different outcomes. And this is really what MyCareer is
that'd be
missing the
interesting.
most. A career that can actually play out differently depending on how you play and the choices you make. In 2K14, the choices you made could actually change the outcome of certain things in the store.
Certain
and the game
things, it
even
didn't-
gave
it
you
wasn't
multiple
heavy.
endings. And in one of them, you could turn on your best friend. And by no means were those years perfect, but at least it felt like 2K was trying to make MyCareer feel like you were
Look at his eyes.
in control, because now it feels like no matter what you do, the game still pushes everyone down the same path. Whether you dominate or struggle, eventually you're
Right.
still forced into the same
Yeah, it
story
doesn't
with the
feel
same
real.
exact outcome. And that's a big reason why so much of the replay value is gone, because almost everything on this list only matters if the game actually reacts to it. The draft matters if your
Facts.
play changes where you go, rivals matter if they follow you throughout your career, and choices matter more if they actually lead you somewhere. And that's what MyCareer needs again. Not just a story you play once and forget about, they just need a career that can go multiple different ways. And that's 10 things we wish MyCareer still had. From simple things like letting us get drafted, to the more serious ones like being able to play MyCareer offline. I don't expect everyone to agree with this obviously, but I believe if they added some of these back, MyCareer would be a lot more fun. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down.
So, just so y'all know, like, just if y'all want to, This is another video. This is what I was talking about. Og Sauce 4 months ago. When did my career stop feeling special? I'm not gonna watch that because it'll make this video crazy long, and I kind of feel like we've kind of said everything we needed to say in reference to this. So that's a video y'all can watch too. That's why I said he makes good videos and he makes good stuff. This might be it for me, man. I'm being honest. This might you know what it is? It might turn to like offline only. it I'm the I know that I'm done with the game the year I load up the game and go straight to my NBA. Cat Breaker's is cool and everything, but you ain't got to worry about any of that in my NBA. Yeah, you don't get to play online or whatever, but if you're not beat for it, like I'm not, I'm over here playing MyCareer. I don't, it, for me, I'm playing MyCareer because there's a sense of progression to where, the season is actually progressing. I'm doing something different, meaning that, like I said, I have not completed a season in over 10 years. I don't know the last time I completed a season. But in that, my point guard that I made, one of them, the one that I play online, I started him on the Denver Nuggets. And I was grinding with him on the Nuggets. This point guard that I played with today that I was telling y'all about, I put him on the Wolves. Now, this was before the LaMelo trade, but I put him on the Wolves. So now I'm playing with Ant, Jaden, Nas. He's still there. Julius Randle. Him and Nas are both injured. But I got Rudy there. I wanted to see something. I got Dante there. I got Mike Conley. Normally, I would go to a team that needs my position, like 2K21, like shooting guard wise, because I would play a combo guard. I remember going to the Clippers because they had PG and Kawhi. So I would be the starting point behind them two. I would have Zubac at the 4, and then Marcus Morris, I think, was still on the team at that point. I think. I don't fully no, Montrezl Harrell was on the team at that point because I could throw him lobs and stuff like that. Listen, I went to the Nuggets because I can throw lobs to Aaron Gordon. Jokic has like dimer on like legend times 3. He doesn't really. I think it's probably gold or something. But he's the perfect center, and I love watching him play. I love what he represents. I hate these new age sit at the 3-point line 7-footers. It doesn't make any sense to me at all. In terms of my love for the game. But anyway, I guess like if I become a my NBA head, I'll probably still have to, and I'm saying have to, make a my career player for when my boys want to play. Because I wouldn't just leave them out there like that, to be honest. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna hold y'all up. Yeah, I mean, let me know if I'm going crazy. Let me know if I'm going crazy. Like I said, I might just be too old for what they're doing. Give me my pure green window back. Like the ball should not be going through my body and all that. And I just like I told my boys, and this is the last thing I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna end the video here because we got something to play after this. I said, I don't want people to suffer. Like that's not my complaint about the game. Like when y'all saw the ball going through the body and stuff like that. And that clip I showed y'all in the last video where it was like, potentially 5-6 turnovers in one play and it ended with a green dunk, a green standing dunk. I don't want people to suffer. right? Like, that's not my objective. I want the game to be fair. So if I get a bad animation, oh no, that's a horrible start. If I make a mistake where I pass it to somebody, I pass it to one of my teammates, and the defender was waiting for that pass, anticipated that pass, he should get that steal. I told my brother the other day, I told him, you know how many times, because like I told you about the my NBA thing, I let it play. You know how many times I stopped the game? Now this is CPU versus CPU. You know how many times I stopped the game to check what the steal rating was on the person? Usually it's a power forward for whatever reason. I checked their steal rating and it's below a 50. It's like 51 or 43 or something like that, and they're just getting steal. The defender should get that steal. If he's been waiting for the pass and he times it, he should get that steal. I'm dribbling. The guy blitzes my ball hand. The ball goes into his chest. It should come out of my hand. I'm not asking for pluck steals back. But what I will say, and I'm done. I'm going to snooze this ad because, yeah, there we go. It's only a minute anyway. But my favorite it's crazy that I'm even still playing 2K in July. Like, usually I'm done by November. That's just the way the game plays. It's like it's only enjoyable for a month, to be honest. That's been consistent for a couple of years now. This is the first year I played it past November. This is insane. This is insane that I'm playing it and news about the next one is about to come out next week. Insane. Insane. But the best stretch of 2K I have ever had, my opinion, was 2K22 Season 1 from September to October before they patched out the steals. Not to say that you can't tune something, because I tuned my NBA thing. I don't want to get into that, but you know, I tuned the context, shot contest, and stuff like that. Like it don't make sense how they're at the rim, they're going up, and because they got fouled, they missed the shot. That doesn't make any sense to me. That doesn't make basketball sense. So I increased the, to make it realistic. Nobody's missing that just because they got hit on their hip and they're already in the air. You know what I mean? Like, anyway, but I'm not saying it shouldn't be tuned, but I called out my steals during that season. Why? Because people were left writing, especially in that game. People were left writing, doing the step backs. And if you knew, now again, I told y'all, I don't know between this and the last video, I'm a student of the game. I love defense. I love playmaking, but I love defense because I'm studying you. I'm anticipating your move. My job as a defender is to study you, learn your tendencies very quickly because this is the first time I'm seeing you, right? Learn your tendencies quickly, process it quickly in order to give my team an advantage. So if I'm studying you and my scouting report says you're about to do a step back, and just like I talked about the defender who stole my pass, if I anticipate what you're going to do, you should be punished for it. Because it's helping you get better, but it's rewarding me for the work I put in. All is D-Book. 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 Kemba. SGA. D-Book. Get that ball his soul back, man. And I'm not talking to the players, I'm talking to the devs. There's no reason for them to watch this, but give that ball back its soul. What we got is ridiculous. The comment that I was gonna make earlier that I said might come out a little wrong. Understanding that for some people, and this is the reason why I brought up the fact that I play basketball. For some people, 2K will be the pinnacle of their basketball experience. I had success in my basketball career. Street ball success, but success nonetheless. Success that I was comfortable with. Curry range and, well, actually, let's call it what it is. Gilbert Arenas range and that whole thing. D-Wade style play at 5'7". I was almost dunking when I was going out for that D-League tryout in 2015. I was almost dunking. I had the weight vest, had dunknow.com. I literally had the weight vest, I was almost there. I got like what, 3 inches to my I was almost there. I was on my way. I stopped. But for some people, 2K will be the highlight of their basketball experience. And for many years, I said Live needs to come back out or NBA Street needs to come back out because the people who just want to need to go somewhere else and leave the real basketball players on the basketball sim. That's not basketball. And I'm done. Like I said, reaction thing there, 2K there, sub there. Appreciate y'all. We gonna go play Battlefield. Y'all have a good night, a good day, wherever you happen to be. I appreciate y'all. I am hot. Until next time, y'all know the motto. If you're gonna do it right. Peace, YouTube. Tiger out.